Sup everybody, we're checking out Wolong Fallen Dynasty's demo on PC. The specs of this PC is a 3700X, 8-core 16-thread, 32 gigabytes of CL14, 3200 MHz RAM, tuned memory, and a RX 6800 XT, MSI, the triple fan one, parameters FPS, S. So this is the Wolong Funnel Dynasty main menu. Now, as you can see on the corner of my screen, we have all the settings. Yeah, that volume is a little loud. So let's check out the graphics settings. Setting type standard, best performance, custom, better quality, standard. So let's try best quality. Maximum FPS 30 or 60, display full screen or windowed, borderless, full screen. See how that seems to be stopping the mouse. So full screen seems to be stopping our mouse. Screen resolution, let's see what else it has. VSync, enabled, disabled. Texture, high quality, standard quality, low quality. High, shadow resolution. Screen space, subscale for stuttering, fog. Excuse me. Let's take out that depth of field. I don't like depth of field, and we don't like motion blur. So overall, it's a very plain PC port. It seems to be running pretty decently. Not seeing anything too major. Nothing very special either. Not seeing any FSR or DLSS or XCSS. Do not know if that will be in the final version, but that's just a quick look at the menu. So let's get into the game. New game. CPU there was not very taxed. GPU seems a bit, well, it wasn't really utilized much in the menu there, so we'll see.
Elixir, the secret of the eternal path, a prize sought by the sovereigns of old. Among them was the first emperor of the Qin, who lusted for immortality. The result of his quest to obtain the forbidden medicine was a catastrophe. The elixir's power proved overwhelming. And in the years following the dynasty's demise, it continued to exert a shadowy influence on conflict and political machinations. Many moons pass, and the Han Empire faces its final days. In these dark times, Elixir once again threatens to become the catalyst that awakens the dragons lying dormant across our land.
The azure heaven is dead! The yellow heaven must rise! The azure heaven is dead! Bear witness to the power of your younger brother. The world shall soon bask in the majesty of the yellow heaven. Bring prosperity for all. Bring prosperity for all! Militia soldiers!
Thank you for saving me. I'm glad you've recovered from your injuries.
I found you, bearer of the eternal elixir field.
Oh, nice. Can we create a base? Figure unselected. Type 1. Type 2. Kind of free media. Oh, cool. They have presets. Nice, nice. Oh, nice. Really good. Male, female, other. Stance. What's the difference? So the character creation is pretty in-depth. So, pretty cool customer characterization.
Finally. After all this time, my wish has been fulfilled.
As long as we have you, victory is still possible. Consider that a talisman of protection. It may just save your life one day.
I don't like how the cutscenes are 30 FPS. I don't
I
like
cannot allow
that.
this travesty to continue. Let us depart.
Ooh, very framey there.
Take this. I'm sure it will prove useful. It's a medicine created from refined chi. With it, you can heal most wounds.
Wow. That is very stuttery. Yeah. Interesting, we've seen a lot of... The game is not holding a 60 FPS. Um, the GPU is not very taxed at 50%. Nothing on the GPU seems bad. However, VRAM utilization is quite high at over 8 gigabytes. CPU is taxed, but given that we're seeing 25% usage, that means it's probably taxing a single core and or at least a few of them. So let's go into the settings and go into graphics and drop this down to standard. Drop volumetric fog resolution to low. Volumetric clouds. Okay, just now. Let's do that low standard. Interesting. Did it apply? Or do I have to restart the game for settings to apply? See how it works.
I don't think we will be able to pass through this way. Perhaps if we can climb past that watchtower. Impressive. I knew I was right in trusting you.
So another thing too, it didn't change over to the Xbox 360 controller. It seems to be using the PlayStation format. Let's see into control settings. Controller type A, B. Yeah, so we have to manually change it to Xbox. Okay. A lot of stutters I find sometimes.
I shall protect you from further harm. Tend to your wounds while you can.
Interesting.
If we lower that, it might serve as a platform. Underestimating an enemy with high morale is certain to end badly for you. You're hurt. Stay behind me, please.
Oh. Yeah, those frame times are not pleasant when it starts to drop. It gets very framey. So let's do that again and see if we get more stutters. Because I notice it just seems to be fluctuating all over the place. Oh, please excuse the terrible gameplay. I haven't played Neo in years. Like, last time I think I played was Neo 2 on, Interesting. that's cool. It's very interesting to see the game drop down to 54 FPS and it's not really taxed. Nothing is very taxing in the game. GPU utilization is going up and down, but this is could be very much a fact that there is no updated driver for this game yet, and given that AMD is very slow on updating the drivers, that could be it.
The Yellow Turbans were mostly peasants who suffered from political corruption and natural disasters. Yet, they have deteriorated into mere bandits that prey on others who are also weak. Whatever could have changed them to this extent, I wonder?
So let's go into the graphics settings. Let's see games. Prioritize FPS, maximum FPS, screen resolution, not available. So let's see how this works, if it will hold 60 FPS. If we rest, it should respawn the enemies. Level up. HP and the amount fire, earth, metal, water. Can we level this up? Yay, we have more health. Interesting. Interesting. So it's hovering at 56 FPS, but the game doesn't have the latest drivers. And given that this is just a demo and we have to get drivers for this game, that's going to be very important. So can we level up and get more health? Yes, we can. So the game seems to be running pretty decently for the time. Nothing really to seem to complain about, but given the fact that we are seeing a lot of stutters, but remember we don't have the latest drivers for this game, so that's going to be a big issue when the game launches. We're going to have to see how driver support is from AMD, especially for the RDNA 2 platform 6800 XT. Remember, went 2 months without any driver updates till recently. So new drivers from NVIDIA and AMD should be on the priority for this game. And then we're going to see, because the game is not exceptionally demanding. As you could see, it's 60 FPS hovering all over the place, but it's not fully utilized. The GPU is dropping down to what? Less than 50% utilization. Look, 36 there. And you could just see it's just hovering. It's just hovering, not really. RAM utilization is pretty high at 8.2 gigabytes, and VRAM is at 8.3. So the game seems to be decently VRAM intensive. Uh, let's see if bring that back up to. So it went from 8 to about what, 8.3? And this is 1440p.
One wrong step and we are done for. We must tread carefully.
So look at this. Here we've seen fluctuating GPU usage in the fire effects area. So you've seen it just hovering around the 60s, but just there, just dropped to 37 FPS. Not 37 FPS, 37%. Interesting. So utilization is not steady. Yep, big drop in utilization there. So what are my final conclusions so far? After playing a few minutes to the opening area, we definitely need some driver support for this, because we are not really seeing a lot of heavy GPU utilization. VRAM seems to be pegged at above 8 gigabytes, so we've seen 8.2 utilization. RAM utilization is at 8.3. CPU is not pegging all of the cores. It's only at 24 percent. The CPU is not very hot. It's not pulling a lot of power on the CPU. We're down at 26 watts. The GPU is only pulling 115 to about 150 watts of power, and it's very cool. It's 61 degrees. So really cool temps. It's very much a fluctuating game because it's hitting 54, 56, and then the GPU utilization drops down, and then it comes back up. Not very optimized, but as you know, this is a demo and there are no driver support for it. Um, just to conclude, for anybody who just skipped to the end, this is the graphics menu. It's very simple. You have the basic settings, prioritizing FPS or resolution. You have your standard menus, and you have a rendering resolution. I don't know if it's temporal or spatial. Basic settings for your for screen space reflections and volumetric fog. Motion blur, film grain, depth of field, lens flare, so you could enable or disable them. Chromatic aberration is also there too. Overall, It seems to be fairly okay, optimized to a certain degree at some points, because like it moves well and you're not seeing stutters, but sometimes you just load in and there's a big stutter. So it could be anywhere in up in the air. And we need to have driver support for this game because it's a brand new game, and without it, you can see as I'm moving around, it's under 60 FPS, and the GPU is not fully utilized and the CPU is not fully utilized. So optimizations is gonna need some work, and games, although this is just the demo and this is supposed to be the full setup first levels, it doesn't seem to be too well off, but also we don't have the latest drivers for this game. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Alright, I think that's enough for this game. Uh, you can try out the demo for yourselves. I think it's a really good thing that they have the demo. It
From
definitely
the
needs some
tales I have
works.
heard,